Welcome, Gurudev.
Yes, Madan. Yes, yes, yes.
So, about Vedic lifestyle, many of your disciples are, ready to follow too. But so, for the beginners, how can they, start it, and how can they
Okay,
move forward on this path?
okay, okay. For that, first, people have to start doing some basic things, like basic stuff. Like basic stuff is first, touching feet on ground, for example, touching the feet on ground. Okay, getting connection with earth. Okay, then they have to start paying attention to nature. Okay, they can start looking at the sunset, start looking at the sky and the stars. Okay, get some idea of getting connection to nature in some little way. Then they can change their diet. Okay, they can start eating more vegetarian food. Okay,
Vegetable.
vegetarian food, and in vegetarian also make more sattvic food, not
Okay.
tamasic and rajasic food, more sattvic food. So they can change their diet. Okay, and then they can change the what they're wearing, the clothes and stuff, to cotton, natural fabric, not use unnatural fabric, natural dye. Okay, these kind of thing. Then they can start watching Lotus Ocean films. Okay, if they start watching Lotus Ocean films, there'll be sounds and there'll be scenes, so they'll give them a good idea of nature, what nature looks like and what how nature is beautiful, and the sounds which go along with it. So they have to try and understand that. Once they do that, after that they have to, whatever they understand, they have to write down and speak from their mouth. Okay, and when they speak, they have to speak from the center of their mouth. They have to practice centering. I've explained that in many films, how to center your speech, this how the breath should come out from the center of the mouth. For that, exercise is there, an eye exercise. Okay, where I have shown before, like people have to put their neck back and do a ah sound. Okay, you can know like ah, like that. Okay, neck 30 degrees back and then do a ah sound. So this has to be done like any amount of time you can do in the day, and then you have to practice speaking from the center of the mouth. Okay, so when people understand something about Lotus Ocean and or my teachings, then they have to speak the same thing from their own mouth, and as many times they'll repeat it from their own mouth, the better it is. That is the practice. Okay, so that is a practice they have to do. It's like a mantra. Okay, but in this case you make the mantra yourself by your own understanding. Okay, they can do that in Nepalese, they can do that in English, they can do it in whatever language is easy for them. Okay, so this is the starting basic stuff which they have to do to get more higher and to get more towards divine nature and divine. Okay, from whatever situation they are in at the moment. And this is the, and not to pay too much attention to media and whatever nonsense is being said in this world. And people have to break away from that to keep the mind off that kind of. Yes,
So, like you said, like sattvic foods.
yes.
So, uh, what kind of foods are sattvic, and are they? They are not easily available, right? Right now.
Okay,
So,
sattvic food is this.
yeah,
First basic food is like, okay, rice,
yes,
grains like wheat and stuff, and lentils, dal, okay, and sabji, like, which is your all these vegetables. So all these four made at home with simple things like turmeric, salt, little less spices, made at home. That is sattvic.
salt. In salt, we have to choose rock salt or sea salt.
You can use a sea salt, rock salt, any salt, okay,
Any salt,
which is more naturally made.
naturally made.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you can use any of the salt, but the thing is that like not to use too much. You can even alternate salts. You can use sea salt one day, rock salt one day. Like depends.
Okay.
Salt is fine whether it's from sea or rock. Okay. Yeah.
And so about astrology and other the limbs of Vedas, Ayurveda, Vastu. So how can we? Is it good to start learning them after we take some steps, or how can we know more about them and what
Okay,
are their utilities?
all of that. The thing is that once you have a proper diet, okay, simple diet, and when you have proper posture, most likely nothing will go wrong. Okay. So in Ayurveda, the whole principle is prevention is better than
Better,
cure.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole point has to be preventing. The more you connect with nature, the less will happen to you. And once you connect to nature more, then at some point you will get some sense already. Okay, I need this. My body needs this. And that's how you learn. And herb and stuff, a lot of herbs and stuff are available in this world. Okay. A lot of people are making them. Wherever you can get pure herb, you can get that. So that's not a, but that is something later stuff. Main thing is to first make yourself in a way where you don't get it. That should be the primary focus.
So and about the ascendants, just like the ascendant remain the same all over the life. So the Ayurvedic body types like Vata, Pitta, Kapha, do they also remain the same, or do they change over time? Our body type.
Okay. The thing is that you have a particular body humor which is dominant by from when you're born in your birth chart. Okay. Now, when dashas change sometimes, some change will happen when the dasha changes within those humors. Okay. Because a graha will come and according to it, it'll give more, bring something up or bring something down. My main thing, it should be in balance. Okay. So,
All the humors should be.
humor should be in balance. So, like if one eats one tulsi leaf in a day, and what is tulsi? Tulsi has all the three humors balanced.
Yes.
Okay. So, tulsi has all three humors balanced. So, when you touch that in that thing, your body comes to know what balanced is. So, that's why it tries to get towards that balance. So, so a person, the more they connect to nature, they'll come to know what their Vat Pitta Kapha. Anyways, they will come to know that. Then whatever is less in them, they can increase that, and whatever humor they have more, they'll reduce that particular kind of food. Okay, like person who has kapha more. Okay, now they have to reduce rice and dairy. Okay, which
Rice and
produce
dairy. Okay.
dairy, which produces kapha. Okay, so which automatically you have to reduce. Like okay, a person who has kapha more, but they'll feel that. Okay, somebody has less pitta, then they have to eat more black pepper and things like that to increase the
Yes.
fire. Okay, so you will get an idea. For that, you have to have some communication with nature, and you should be praising, bowing, serving high and divine. Once you do that, you get already that sense and power to understand these things. Without connecting with nature, without doing PBS, without praising, bowing, and serving higher and divine, one cannot get that sense, no matter how much Ayurveda one learns. Okay. The learning is dependent on connecting with nature and praising, bowing, and serving high and divine. Because then you automatically come to know more. You get the solution yourself, you know. So it's an automatic process. Yes.
So about praising is a natural thing to do, but
Yeah.
like sometimes why the hesitations and things like that happen from people?
Because people are not natural.
Not natural.
Okay. People have gone very far away from nature. Okay. Right now, the people like people want to be in AC. People want to live in box. People don't want to have any air coming in. People are living in cubicles. People work in jobs in cubicles, which there is no light, no window, nothing. So people are ready to cut themselves off from nature completely. Okay. So then how will natural thing happen in them? How will a natural reaction happen in them? You know, people are wearing clothes, for example, which will hurt them, which are not good for them, but they still don't mind that. They don't have hesitation in wearing such clothes. They don't have hesitation. So they don't have hesitation in doing wrong things, but they have hesitation in doing the right thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So So for that, the only cure is when you do the wrong thing, you will get problems.
Oh,
You will get pain. So once that pain increases, then you will say, okay, I can't do this anymore. I have to change. Okay. So that is the only solution. So that's why for some people who hesitate, hell is the only
solution.
solution. Okay. After hell, nobody will hesitate. Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. Nobody hesitates after that. So yeah, you'll do the right thing. Anybody does the right thing once after they have suffered. Okay. Suffering happens first, unfortunately, for people before they wake up and do the right thing.
But after hell, after that pain also, like we should drive ourselves on the right path with our own effort. Yes, like
Yes.
things will not happen automatically, and
No. No, obviously. After hell also, like obviously you have to do the work. Like for example, if somebody gets sick right now, okay, and they're very sick, okay, then they'll try and find out what is the sickness, how to cure this. Automatically,
yeah,
that work starts happening, isn't it? That
yes,
energy comes for doing that work because
mm,
you want to get out, you get into a bad situation, then you want to get out of that bad situation. So
yes,
then you automatically, so once people get to hell and very hellish situation, then they are like, okay, now I want to get out of this. Okay, so
mm,
then there is an energy produced
yes,
from that. So, so then one uses that energy to do the right thing.
yes.
Yes.
And about living conditions, like how should be the living conditions and structures? Like
Yeah.
everybody might not have the ideas of ratio and
Okay.
how
First,
how
like,
to.
yeah. First, we can start with material. Don't use too much
Okay,
metal.
okay,
Okay, like right now, behind you, all the window, all these
yes,
thing is there metal. That's not
yes,
necessary.
yes.
Why? Why is it necessary? Who's gonna come and take what? Do people have Kohinoor diamond in their house? What? What is the necessity of all this metal? Okay, so not to use tin. People are using tin roofs in Nepal.
Team. Yes.
Okay, not to use tin roof. That is very bad for health and mind. Okay,
Only asbestos
yeah,
teams are, or other teams are also there, like
yeah. I mean, best things is to use mud tile.
mud tile.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
stone
break them
tiles
and
and
yeah, the old style tile.
wood. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. That is good for your mind, cooling. It keeps warm, cool, whatever it required to be. Do you know what I'm saying? It'll keep cool in the summer, warm in the winter. Okay.
yeah.
So, so one has to use those kind of things. Okay, one has to reduce metal. One has to use natural materials as much as possible. Ratios are not even important first. Materials are
Materials are made.
okay. So if you use bricks, which is mud bricks, that's better bricks. Like or these kind of things, or mud tiles. Stones. Like I mean, there's a lot of things you can use, like which for construction, and the metal has to be reduced, and all the unnecessary metal has to be taken out. Okay, because window should be a window. Window should not look like a prison. You know, like okay, prison cell. Like this looks like a prison cell. Okay, so and it is bad for the energy wave also. Okay,
Mm.
and it's visually bad. It's energetically bad. It's bad in all ways. So people have to get sense. I mean, in Nepal, a lot of structures have come down already. Okay, new structures have to be built. So when new structures are being built, they should be built naturally.
Naturally, but they
Yeah,
are making it artificially to like
yeah,
a lot of people.
yeah, yeah. But that's where the youth have to step in
Mm.
because they have to live in it. So what they have to live in should not look like a jail. Should be
Mm.
better for their body. Should be better for their mind. That is a responsibility because you have to live in there.
Yes.
So that's your responsibility to make the right one for yourself.
Yeah.
Whose responsibility is it to make the right thing for yourself? That's where the youth of Nepal has to step in and make the right choice right now. Okay, that's why I said like we have to do the thing right now immediately, and they have to do the right choice. They have to use natural materials. The same way for clothing, you use cotton or wool or not natural thing. Same
Mm.
way for housing.
Mm.
Okay, because this will cause a lot of problems,
Yes.
unnatural housing. So it's and
Migraine and stuff.
all kinds of disease.
Yeah.
Okay. because energy doesn't travel flow. I mean, right now that through that window, any elemental force, like even the vibrations which you can't see from your eyes, they can't go through that. They have to avoid the metal. Okay, so it's a very dangerous thing, but people do not realize any of this. So, but the youth has to, and because finally they are the ones who have to live. The older generation has already lived most of its life now, but the new generation has to live their whole life, so they have to make sure that they do the right thing. Yes, yes.
And about one thing about Vastu is that the Brahma Sthan, so should that be empty or should that be filled? Some say it should be empty, some say that should be occupied.
I mean, right now, people, if they just use natural material, that's good enough. And
That's
any place, there is a center, Brahmastan, center of
no,
place.
yes, center.
So put something there that nobody walks there, nobody goes over there. Just put something there
Oh,
in the center. That's all. Earlier, it used to be empty and airy, and there used to be a Tulsi and stuff in the house,
oh,
in that place, in the center. Okay. So then people never came around. They'll go around it. They'll not, you know, because nobody's walk over till Tulsi or nobody will go. So, so that kind of thing should be done. That's the
oh,
only thing I'll say for Vastu right now. Other things are not very important.
okay.
Other things are just commonsensical, where you'll use window and everything. Where you
Mm,
want the sunlight to come. You know that all of that is just comes from non natural common sense. You know, like where you want light, where you want that thing, where is that thing, which side of the house gets more light, which side gets less light. Then you store things accordingly and things like that. That is just common sense. Most of Vastu is common sense only, natural sense.
mm.
So, yes.
About Tulsi, so is this seasonal? Yes, Tulsi is seasonal and not available on all seasons, or there are some varieties which are available.
I mean, Tulsi plant can keep on coming up and up. Like if one goes, the other one will come up. It's like that, no matter what the season. I
Oh,
found that all year, like if one plant dies, another one stays. It's not necessary. And like there are different types of Tulsi, and or even same Tulsi plants, they all behave differently through different
mm.
seasons. Okay,
Like Krishna
and
Tulsi and Ram Tulsi and things
Ram
like that.
Tulsi, and another thing is that Tulsi, if it's kept inside and it's kept warm, and that thing, and like if you make a little, like in cold climates, very cold climate, if you put a little uh, that thing glass house around it or something, greenhouse,
Oh,
then it'll
yeah.
stay alive even in winter.
Oh.
So that depends on how you that thing. Okay. Yeah.
And about one thing, like some say that inside a home, the plants should not be there, like money plants and other cactus. So, like, so is it better to have plants around or inside home? Or
No, inside home you can use plant, but it has to be very like airy, and it has to be very sunny inside that
oh,
for plant to be
or
there.
the plant to, yes,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. It has to be airy and sunny. Like, but most of the modern homes are made badly and stuff, so there's no point having inside there. It's better to have just outside. So
And about planting trees in our land, our compound areas, and so
yeah,
like is it a good thing to do, or like we should more go to forests and try to connect naturally to natural?
yeah. First, like the thing is when you plant around your that thing, you can plant, but you have to plant different things. You can't be just planting one thing. So it should be because forest means variety of things,
Where I do.
not just singular thing. Not just one tree, not one plant, not one that thing. Nature makes things in a variety of ways. So if you use the variety, then it's fine around yourself. Otherwise, like there are some old forests everywhere where one can experience it and get a feel for it. Once we get to feel, then you will come to know how to manage your own surrounding. Once you get the feel of the real thing. So yes.
And about like some are like naturally also some forests are of same type like pine forest, yes, or is it because of plantation?
But it's plantation. It's plantation.
Plantation, all
Pleasure.
the
Yeah,
single
people
forests
cut
are
the old forest. People cut the old forest and then they put just pine. In the British rule, a lot of this thing happened, and you know, A lot of pine was put. It was not, that's not natural forest. Okay. And those are man-made forest. It's called man-made
man-made.
forest. It's not real forest. Okay. Real
So,
forest always will have variety and diversity. Okay.
so for the forest to be old, how much old? Like that pine forest can turn into old forest later, or that will be
Yeah,
like
these forests are just 40, 50 years old, 100 years old, 70 years old. Old forest means like more than 100 years old.
more than 100.
Okay. More than 100. Okay. Yeah.
And like about one thing, like about living near to forest, some people say like wouldn't there be danger of animals and things like that, so
Okay.
how that is managed?
Okay. The thing is, that's where you need a divine blessing, right?
Divine blessing.
Yeah. I mean, even when people live in city, so when you go out in your car or you go out in your scooter, is that dangerous or not?
Yes, that is then.
It is dangerous every time you go out. It is dangerous. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, outside there's not that much danger from wild animal as it is in city. With anytime you go, you can get an accident on the road. Okay, which are the wild animal once in a sometime something might happen.
Yes,
Very lit accident happens every day
yes,
in
yes,
city. Okay, I mean, so people don't understand what danger or not danger is. They're not being logical about. Okay, and wild animal also they don't do anything to you. If you are in the right way, they'll not do anything to you. Unless you fight with them or something or some strange thing is there. A lot of times they will not do anything, you know. So it's not, and not that many wild animal and stuff are there anymore, anyways. So have that fear is, but they should have more fear in the city, just going out onto road.
yes.
Yes.
Pollution and all this.
Yeah, but and the like actual that thing threat to your that thing is much more out there because even it might not be your mistake. Somebody can just come and hit you. Like there is no, yeah, in a city in a traffic you can't say anything, you know, like what is going on. So
Mhm.
yeah,
And about like the DOS, like in Goduli, also there are DOS, yes. Like in some land, Goduli means like the dust from cow's
and
foot.
the dust from the cow's feet. Yes,
Yes, and
yes.
so those dust will also harm us, or like are dust really harmful, or because
No,
of
dust is not harmful. No, no,
not harmful,
no. I
but
mean,
the
yeah,
toxic elements, if there is added other pollution like smoke
only
of,
pollution is harmful, but dust by itself, land, in the same land, vegetables grow, rice grows.
yes,
You're eating from
yes.
that, so how can that be harmful? Like,
But in the roads, there are dust that can be harmful, on the pitch road, and the like bus are running on the road, and
yeah,
uh,
but that dust has got other materials in it. Like,
material,
yeah,
toxic
yeah,
materials.
yeah. It's not just land. So
Okay.
yeah,
And about cows, like there are not available, like the local cows are very good for
desi cow, real
desi
cow.
cows. Yes, like we call here we call like a kathe cow and things like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kate cows. So then they should be more breeded. Like the Jersey one should not be breeded more. So they'll finish automatically. If you don't breed them forward, and if you breed the desi cow more, then there'll be more desi cows, and the Jersey will finish.
Okay, so right now I can't see any like those uh, original
Real,
breed cows.
yeah, that'll be in the villages.
That will be in villages. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
villages. So in the villages they should be made that thing because most of the cows are in villages only,
yes.
anyways. So 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 one should find out in the villages, and they should make sure that the farmers understand that they should not um, get the new Jersey cows instead of the old desi cows. There should be a movement in the villages. This is a village level thing which has to be done.
Okay. And like cows, like some say that how much milk should we consume, and it will be mostly given to the baby cow, baby calf.
Yeah, but the
And
milk should be just little bit, just this much. Milk is not supposed to be had huge amount, little bit only.
little bit only, and the calves should also be given
Yes,
this.
yes, 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 yes.
Yes, in Nepal, like cows are sacred, considered sacred, and
Yes,
not.
so calves are, once calves are satisfied, then only whatever little is remaining, that is the.
Okay, that will be enough. Like little bit will be enough and
Yeah, yeah,
nourishing
yeah,
to
yeah. Milk is just milk is like a sort of a medicine.
medicine.
Okay, so medicine is not had in huge quantity. Do you have any medicine in like huge?
And like the cows are mainly for gobar and agriculture and
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things, and
And just stabilizing the land. If the cow is there, only land is stable.
stabil stabilizing the land.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. If the cow is there, only land is stable.
okay, cows are needed to stabilize the land.
Yes, yes.
And otherwise the aftershocks and things like that, earthquake and
All kinds of things. Desert, it can become desert. It can become all kinds of things. There's a lot of desert in the world. There's no cows.
about like the cow urine, they are doing business of urine, like the bottles of urine. So is that how useful are
Yeah, that is only useful in certain diseases.
certain diseases only? The,
Yeah, yeah, but not for just general, not for general use.
okay,
So people who have reached a certain level of disease in something, then they'll get benefited under some Ayurvedic thing.
okay.
It will be used in conjunction with other herbs to cure certain disease, but not for general consumption. People should not do use that for general consumption.
General commons.
Yeah,
And like those bottle medicines and things like that, that are they really useful, or we should focus more
which
on
medicines?
like bottle medicines, like the Patanjali and things like that?
Yeah, these people also like you have to see which one has a better quality. Okay, and the point is all of that also you have to see whether like because a lot of these people their quality has gone down. So one has to get the source right and make sure that all the things are made properly and things like that. And also those ones should be only used when you are having facing a real problem. It should not be just like that. They're not for general consumption again. Okay,
Like
general consumption is normal food is your general consumption. Okay, not medicine. Okay, so yeah, and all these herbs you can get herbs in their natural form.
natural form
Yeah,
are the best.
so yeah, that'll be best. Yeah.
So Triphala and those herbs, are they beneficial?
Yeah, it'll
Triphala.
be beneficial for some person, not beneficial for some person. Depends because they have their humor. Triphala, if a Vata person takes more, then it can make their Vata more Vata.
Or
So
kapha will it
yeah,
be?
yeah, Kapha, it'll reduce the Kapha, that's fine. So
Okay.
yeah. But so it can't be it's not good for everyone. Like, anyone and everyone in every condition cannot take
Okay.
Triphala. Okay. So you'll get a sense, like, just like, you should not eat walnut in summer when it's hot.
Walnut, yes.
Yeah, because walnut is heat producing. So if you produce heat in the summer and then it'll be not good for the body. So one has to get a natural common sense about everything. Everything by itself already tells you what it'll do when you eat cardamom or anything. Anything tells you automatically what it's going to do. So you have to understand that and feel that.
And turmeric, turmeric is very beneficial,
Yeah.
right?
Turmeric is a general purpose thing which you use in dal every day. That has to be used every day, little amount.
Little amount.
Yeah, every day. So to keep and it keeps you, even pollution and stuff is there these days.
Yes.
A lot of pollution. So it keeps you away from that. It helps you with that.
And the garlic and they are garlic and onion. They are rajasi, right?
They're Rajasic, but they are again, they help in countering pollution.
Countering pollution.
Yeah, because
So
right now a lot of pollution is there. So garlic will kill certain things if they reach your throat or if they reach your. So it's for, but again, to be used in little amount. Garlic should not be used in huge amount, very small amount. Again, like, and same goes with
Onion,
onion.
onion
Yeah,
also same, right?
same. And onion will be more useful in hotter temperature than colder temperature.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah.
And the tomatoes and potatoes. So are they? Some say that they are not native to eastern land, like India and Nepal. They are not native. They are bought
Yeah,
from.
I mean, native, I mean, like in that way, like a lot of people, Himalayas, nobody was living anyways. Like, so nothing can be native. I mean, only fruits and berries and certain things will be native. Okay, but potatoes and tomatoes are fine as long as they are old seeds. They're not the hybrid ones. They are fine.
Old seeds and hybrid ones.
Old seeds are good for tomato and potato, but not the hybrid, not the GMO seed or the hybrid seed. One should avoid those ones.
Okay. Okay. No.
Yeah.
So do you have anything?
No, this is fine. I think like people can watch my other films and stuff,
Yes.
and this is
Lotus
the intro
Ocean
thing. So other interviews, other things, so that then they'll get a more clear picture of a lot of things. So this is just a starting point, for people to take some practical steps all on Nepal in
Okay.
their food, their housing, their living. They should take the practical steps. And in PD Speaks, I explain more on the PD Speaks, like about they can see the housing and they can see the food and they can see the clothing. So
Okay.
they can get a practical idea. And for
That
praising
was
bowing service, I
that's
have made a series,
yes.
like they can watch that and, they can,
Okay.
yes, yes.
PT Speaks and lotusocean.net. I will add those descriptions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And PD Speaks, I think it came out on Nepal TV, NTV
Yes.
one time.
NTV, yes.
Now, yeah, so when if it people get more interested, then we'll put it out more again. And the Peace Gita also, they should read to understand the thing. There's a book, Peace Gita, like so people should read that and try, then they'll more things
That will
will
be
become
made
clear.
available in Nepal, right?
Yeah, it will be like copies will be sent soon. Right now it is on Amazon in
From
India and
India.
it's on Amazon, but like in Nepal it will be available soon. So so people can, yes.
It was so kind of you to come here and like direct us.
Yes, yes,
So
yes, Madhu. You're doing a very good job in Nepal. You're starting the thing and you're doing the very good job. And just continue on. And I'm sure youth will see the common sense at some point, and they will see where the importance of, like, because everyone wants a good life, everyone wants healthy life, everyone wants better life, everyone wants things to be better. So they will be
okay,
interested in what makes it better. So okay, Madan, so okay,
okay.
okay.